everyone, back in the studio for Tutorial Tuesday. This time I'm going to double up because last week family circumstances caused me to have to skip for the sake of rest. And this week I am going to continue on the topic of accessing your breath and learning how to use it properly. The first week of this month, I told you how to access the feeling of your breath, finding that sense of anchoring and stability that it provides when you find how to access your breath properly. So this week, I want to tell you how to sustain that sensation, sustaining that feeling of stability and anchoring that you get from finding your breath. So you want to stay there, and then you want to not lose that feeling. You don't want to lose that sense when you are moving along in your music. So the first thing we're going to do today is hold out a note. We're going to access the breath. We're going to speak on a sentence to remind ourselves of what that feels like. And then we're going to choose one note to sustain and maintain that feeling of anchoredness and stability. So the first thing I want you to do is place two hands on your chest to remind you to keep that chest relaxed in an elevated position. And that will cause you to have a better sense of anchored support in your core. We talked about the pelvic floor muscles and the abdominal muscles engaging, and your abdominal muscles might feel tight when they engage. So let's just take a couple of breaths, and then we will speak on a sentence after that. Ready? Here we go. Remember to let out all the air so you become a vacuum. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. I could probably say the alphabet a couple of times. I feel like I still had some air, but the purpose is to feel the engaging of your core and pelvic floor muscles. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. That felt pretty good. And as I begin to feel like I was losing my air, I anchor even more to become more stable. And that helps me to sense the feeling of my breath being my anchor and my stability and my support. Choose which word works for you or speaks to you in what you're experiencing in this exercise. The next thing is now we're going to choose a pitch. And we want to engage the muscles in the same way. The point that you start to feel that you're running out of air is the point that you engage even more and anchor down in your core and those muscles we've been talking about. La 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 la. I might go a little bit higher. I'm a soprano, so I feel a little more comfortable in my upper range. That might be a good note for me today. Don't let the chest collapse. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. I probably should pay a little more attention to the curve of my back. In this moment, I'm feeling myself get a little bit disconnected, so I'm going to And this is really not a challenge to see how long you can hold it out, but it's good for the sake of your own personal practice at home. The point is to feel the engaging support from the appropriate places in your body. So we have accessed our feeling of our breath. We have maintained that sensation of anchoredness while speaking a sentence and while sustaining a longer note over a duration. And now we want to put it into application on music while singing a song all the way through. So I will be singing "Oh God" by Zach Bolen from Citizens and Saints. Or in this case, it says The Citizens, so I don't know if that's a thing or if that's what they want to go by now. I don't know. Or if it's older, who knows. But I really like this song. This is a song that means something to me, so perfect opportunity to be in the moment of something that means something to me and also remembering my technique at the same time. So I am accessing my breath and I'm going to engage in my abdominal muscles to sustain the feeling of anchoredness with my breath. In the valley, oh God, you're near. In the quiet, oh God, you're near. In the shadow, oh God, you're near. In my breaking, oh God, you're near. You're near, oh God. You never leave my side. Your love sent firm through all my life. In my searching, oh God, you're near. In my wandering, oh God, you're near. When I feel alone, oh God, you're near. At my lowest, oh God, you're near. Oh God, you never leave my side. Your love stand firm through all my life. So what I'm finding right now is that when my voice wants to crack, that's not good. So this is actually a perfect exercise for me. Again, you are joining me on my journey and I am taking you with me by trying to lead by example. Honestly, I believe that what might be even better for my voice is to raise the key. Because this is kind of on my passaggio, aka break area, passaggio, passing into a different resonant cavity. My being a soprano, I would technically raise the key, but we're singing in this area right now and it's fine. So it's a good practice for my breath anchoredness. So I'm going to sing the chorus again and try to maintain that sense of stability and anchoredness. Oh God, you never leave my side. Your love stand firm through all my life. Oh God, you never leave my side. bringing my head voice down lower so that I'm not singing in my chest voice, because that's part of the awkward like decision making. Do I the negotiating between my chest register or my mixed head voice register? So this exercise is reminding me right now. You're watching me live processing what to do. And the cool thing about finding that anchoredness is you're not focusing on, when you're doing it right, you're not focusing on, should I sing in my head voice or my chest voice? No. The negotiating goes away when you are actually supported by the anchored breath. I'm feeling a lot better already of coming back from the raspiness of resting too long without really singing much throughout the past week. So maybe you heard the difference in my voice, but I sure felt it and I heard it. So this has been a great warm-up for me. So I hope that this is helping you. I hope that you participated along the way. And I look forward to Warm-Up Wednesday, and Fun Friday especially. So pay attention on Instagram for those fun videos coming your way. See you next Tutorial Tuesday.